If you've ever been invited to a wedding and had to Google some version of what does cocktail attire even mean, then good news, this is the video for you. Because as you will learn, wedding dress codes are not as straightforward as they seem. Formal doesn't always mean tuxedo. Casual definitely does not mean jeans. And all the weird ones like beachy cocktail formal, I still don't even know what that means. Today we are breaking down the most common wedding dress codes from black tie all the way down to casual, so you can show up actually looking like you know what you're doing. Let's go. Let's start at the very top of the mountain with the most formal option, black tie. This is the dressiest most people will ever need to get unless you're going to a royal wedding or something, in which case, can I come? So what does black tie traditionally mean? First of all, they're going to be expecting you to wear a tuxedo, either in black or a nice dark navy. Remember that a tuxedo is different from a suit because it has the satin lapel as well as the satin stripe down the side of the pants. For your shirt, you're going to want to wear a white dress shirt that either has these pleats down the front or at least a spot for studs, which are these gold or silver metal buttons. Some people might consider the pleated shirts to be a little bit dated. I kind of feel like they're timeless. I think they're cool, but it's really just up to your personal preference. Then you're going to want to go with a black bow tie if you don't know how to tie one. I've got a link to my video that will show you exactly how to do it. Very nice. There's just something about a hand-tied bow tie. And finally, since we're sticking to tradition, you want a black patent leather shoe. I'm sure you could probably get away with just wearing a nice black dress shoe, but we're being traditional. So that's the formula. It's really not a vibe you're trying to achieve. It's really kind of more of an instruction manual. You should try to wear almost exactly those same pieces. Some subtle ways you can kind of make it your own are with an interesting pair of cufflinks and maybe just a singular extra ring. And here is our black tie outfit. Very classic, very stylish. And again, there's really not a whole lot of room to switch things up. If you get invited to a black tie firm wedding, this is kind of exactly what you should wear. Feels great. You're gonna love it. One other thing, if you don't own a tuxedo, if you are going to be renting, please just focus on fit. The biggest giveaway to a rental is when it looks like you're wearing someone's tux who is 4 inches taller than you. Next up, we have formal, or sometimes called black tie optional. This is basically the wedding party saying, hey, we want you to look great, but we're not gonna force you to wear a tux. If it is black tie optional, you can absolutely wear a tux if you kind of want to flex. But otherwise, you can certainly just wear a dark suit with a white shirt and a dark tie. That's a foolproof, classic formula. Think navy, charcoal, black. These are all classic. These are all going to look great. One of the easiest ways to quickly ruin your dressy wedding outfit is with a poorly fitting shirt. And an easy way to make sure that never happens is with Tailor Store, today's video sponsor. They are an online clothing company that will make you a perfectly fitting shirt guaranteed. You start out by customizing your whole design with their incredible design tool. It's my favorite part. It's going to let you choose every detail from collar style to cuffs to fabrics, which allows you to create clothes that are not only one of a kind, they're going to be 100% your style. Shipping is really fast, and another great thing is when it arrives, if it doesn't fit perfectly the first time, they're going to remake it for you for free. In addition to dress shirts, they also do all kinds of other clothes as well. For example, more casual shirts like this linen one that's going to fit perfectly into a little dress code that we're going to talk about in a little bit. With over 300,000 satisfied customers, they definitely know what they're doing. You're not going to be disappointed. So head to the video description, click the link, and get yourself a 20% discount on your entire order. Now back to the video. So we've got our lovely dress shirt. I would typically within this category always go with either white or a very light blue. Next, I want a dark suit, so I'm gonna go with this very classic navy blue. The big idea, I think, in any black tie or formal wedding is to look extremely nice, extremely polished, but also not look like you're trying to steal attention away from the people who are getting married. I know there are other cultures or even other dress codes, as I'll show you in a little bit, that allow for a little bit more fun, allow you to be a little bit more bold, but these two, I just don't think they're the ones to try to do that. Now for formal, I know I want a dark tie, but instead of going with a classic navy that's just plain and maybe a little boring, I can go ahead and add a little bit of personality with a dark tie that has a subtle pattern like this floral. I also know some people are very particular about tie knots. I'm kind of just a classic four-in-hand guy. It's been around forever. It always looks good. A little messy is fine with me. For For shoes, because we're being formal, I like a nice classic polished lace up. These cap toe brogues kind of add some personality. Now accessories are where I'm really able to start to make it very subtly my own. Classy dress watch, a little bit of a bolder ring, pocket square with a bit of navy to pair nicely with the suit. And here is our formal dress code option. Now maybe you'll notice that this is very similar to what I wore for the black tie outfit, but just in more of a black tie optional type of way. Still got the navy with the black, but we're adding a bit of color and some more fun accessories. Things you want to avoid in the formal dress code: flashy socks, novelty ties. Again, just anything that says, I'm trying to steal attention away from the people that we're here to celebrate. Now we're entering into the kind of gray area of semi-formal. This is where I think a lot of people kind of start to panic because it's not super clear. Here's the general rule of thumb that I follow. Semi-formal means a suit or a sport coat, but not necessarily super dark or definitely not a tux level formal. So gray, navy, beige, even if it's more of a daytime thing. You can also start to incorporate some patterns to have a little more fun with it. If you don't already have a suit and you don't want to buy one, you can spend a lot less money and just get a sport coat that looks really nice with a solid colored pair of pants. The way I've always approached this is I'd rather wear a tie or at least bring one, and then if I show up and I look around and I'm the only one wearing a tie, I can easily just excuse myself to the bathroom, take it off, and just set it at my seat. So let's do these kind of mid-gray trousers. For my shoes, I'm okay to be a slight bit more casual, so we'll just do these loafers. Also, I think a knit tie is a great option when you don't have to be quite so formal. And like I said, don't be afraid to go with a sport coat instead of a full suit. Accessories, I'm back to the same as before with the dress watch, the ring, and the pocket square. And here's our semi-formal outfit with the sport coat and the trousers. Honestly, the biggest secret here with all of these is just to make sure that your clothes are well tailored. Easiest way to make them look bad is if the sleeves are too long, shoulders are hanging over, the pants are pulling at your shoes. Next up, we have cocktail attire. This one is honestly probably my favorite because I feel like it's up for a little bit of interpretation and creativity. Think of it like semi-formal's slightly more stylish and adventurous cousin. So first of all, one of my favorite ways to mix things up is to go with a sweater polo as opposed to a dress shirt. Some have argued that short sleeves just aren't dressy enough to wear to a wedding, and I would argue with, we live in a day and age where people show up in jeans. Any effort like this, you're gonna be fine. Next, I think you can do a suit or a blazer and trousers like we did with the last one. But what's great about cocktail is you can start to bring in some more unique colors or patterns like this burgundy. If you do opt for a dress shirt, I don't think you need to wear a tie unless you really want to wear one. You could also do that same approach as before. Bring one. If you don't need it, take it off. From here, I'm gonna allow myself to continue to have fun with it. Green and white two-tone loafers? Sure, why not? I feel like I need to let it be known that I'm carrying about 10 to 12 extra pounds of dad bod weight right now that will be coming off soon. I've got an 8-month-old. I haven't had a lot of time to work out. The only thing I would really say with cocktail is don't go full nightclub mode. You're not there to pop bottles, unless you're in Vegas. Then forget what I said. Green watch to match the shoes. A little bit of fun in the ring, some nice wedding florals in the pocket square. And here's our cocktail outfit. I'm feeling great. Remember, if you're single, you're showing up to a wedding, trying to maybe meet someone, cocktail is a perfect way for you to express your personality, show that you are putting some intention into your outfit. You're also willing to have a little bit of fun. You don't want to go too far, but don't be afraid to make it known that you know how to dress yourself. Even if you're not single, have some fun with it. That's what I would do. And last but not least, we have casual. This is where things can quickly go off the rails if you're not careful. A casual wedding does not mean casual Friday. Lean in towards things like chinos or dress trousers, a polo or a dress shirt. You always want to make sure you're at least wearing a collar. And depending on where you're going to be, you can do a jacket if you want. It's totally up to you. Things we say absolutely no to: shorts, flip-flops, t-shirts, anything with a logo. Don't do it. Please, just don't do it. Let's do a beach wedding, for example. We've got my linen shirt from Taylor Store and a light pair of linen trousers. Even if the wedding is happening on the sand, I'm still partial to a closed-toed shoe. You could do an espadrille. You could do a huarache. Me, I'm gonna do these kind of cool woven loafers. For accessories, I've got a simple watch, simple ring. My shirt's open, so I've got my necklace out. and some sunglasses. Lighter colors and lighter fabrics like linen and cotton are going to be a lot more breathable. Just make sure you iron it before you start. Wrinkles are going to happen. They add character. Just try to keep them away till the dance floor at the reception. Just wanted to show you that this could also work as a full suit. I kind of like this even better. Might be hotter, but you'd be hotter too. Before we go, I want to end things with a few universal tips and tricks that apply no matter the dress code. First, always check your venue and the time of the ceremony. If it's during the daytime, you're obviously going to choose different colors and different fabrics than if it's at night inside some ballroom or something. Two, if you're unsure about something with the dress code, ask the person who's getting married or the person who connects you to it. I'm sure they'd much rather you show some interest as opposed to just guessing and hopefully not getting it wrong. Three, as always, fit over everything. You are going to look much nicer in a well-tailored $200 suit than you're going to in a very poorly tailored $3,000 suit. Four, shoes matter. People notice them. Oftentimes it's the first thing people are going to see. So polish them, keep them clean, match them to your belt. If they hurt your feet, spend some time in them before the day. Break them in a little bit. Five, don't steal the show unless it's encouraged. I've definitely heard of themes that are like outdress the groom or dressed in your nicest, most boldest attire. That's fine, but if that's not the case, this isn't the runway. Dress nice, but also tone it down a little bit. And six, plan for photos. Obviously, there's probably going to be a photographer, maybe a videographer at the wedding. You're probably going to get pulled into some different pictures. So think about that when you're choosing your clothes. If you wear some bold, crazy bright thing, you might start to stick out in all the photos, and I don't know if that's what you want to do. Inevitably, there are going to be wedding themes out there that are very bizarre. It seems to have turned into something that people have decided they want to use to be unique for whatever reason. I don't really get it, but I think that no matter what, everything is going to boil down into one of these 5 categories we've talked about today. Please remember to always err on the side of being overdressed just one level. So if you think it might be kind of semi-formal, you might want to lean slightly more formal. That way you're always going to have your bases covered, and like I said, it's very quick and easy to remove a piece if you need to. At the end of the day, wedding dress codes are not meant to confuse you, they're really just meant to set the tone so everyone kind of looks pretty uniform for pictures and video and all that. If you show up dressed thoughtfully, you'll always look good. You're never going to have to worry about being the one hiding in the photos because you don't want anyone to see your outfit. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really want to know down in the comments what's the weirdest wedding theme that you've ever been invited to, because like I know there's some underwater garden semi-formal person out there and I really just want to talk to you about it. See if you went, see what that was like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay curious, friend. Oh, let's go make a thumbnail. I really think it just needs to be one of those ones of me sort of like right over here on the side, and then over here there's going to be some of the pictures of the outfits maybe. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.